Yeah, you're wearing out Nate. Can't you hear how fucking tired
Can't
he
you hear how
is?
frustrated he is? You're just pissing him off.
He doesn't understand why you keep buying these things. Welcome everyone to the Three Cynics Gaming Podcast. I'm Clay, here with my brothers Mark and Nate. We put together a great show for you this week. Lots of news, old and new. What do you know? But first, how's the new old place, Mark?
Oh, fantastic. I finally bought my first house. It's exciting, and I finally don't have to deal with some prick landlord. So it's pretty exciting to me. And I can break shit if I want to.
You are the prick landlord now.
Exactly. Yes.
Yes, and if you decided to turn around and elbow the wall, you gotta fix it.
Well, yeah, but I'm talking like tearing down the kitchen wall and rebuilding my kitchen so it's not a funny shaped L. Stuff like that.
What's wrong with an L-shaped kitchen?
It's tiny as balls, and I got like 6 feet of countertop space, so I'm gonna blow out the wall over there and move the fridge to the other side of the wall, and put cabinets right there down low with the countertop.
Yeah, is this the same house that me and the kids came to visit?
You never
no.
came to this one.
Oh, okay.
You moved right before I moved, and then Nate moved like 2 months after I moved back.
Nice.
Yeah.
Timing.
So yeah, perfect.
Well, what's going on with Nate?
Nothing.
Taxes
and shit. You know, hanging out. And, like I said, did my first Roll20 session. It went very well. That's cool. It's pretty fun.
All right. Super. Well, you didn't
Roll20.
tell anybody what Roll20 is.
They know. They probably don't know.
No, they probably don't.
Well, what's Roll20?
It's just basically an online virtual tabletop, a conduit for tabletop role-playing.
Man, that was Spanglish if I ever heard it.
What?
Okay.
There's nothing Spanish about that. Didn't end it with puta or anything.
Okay. First up in this week's news, thanks for having us back, listeners. We had a little hiatus there, but we're back and better than ever. And Phil Spencer got good talking out of his ass about an upgradable Xbox. Now, whether that means there will be hardware upgrades to the Xbox One itself, or they're going to make a new piece of plastic that you can upgrade, nobody's sure. But it's an absolutely silly idea. And I'm sure Nate can tell you the history, maybe some of it, of console upgrades and what they always lead to.
No, I can't. What the fuck are you talking about?
Well, they had...
Yes!
Oh my god.
Yes!
I don't like consoles.
No, the Nintendo 64 had a giant upgrade pack that you could buy for it. The Jaguar had a big ass CD drive thing that you put on top of it, or cartridge drive or something. There's a whole list of them in here. The Sega CD was a processing upgrade for the Sega Genesis. So was the Sega 32X. And
yeah, but the only one I ever owned was the Sega CD for the Sega Genesis.
Okay.
That's it. I don't know
Right.
about that. They're dumb.
Right. They always fail.
Just buy a computer. And what's the problem here? I'm confused.
I don't know. I think this whole idea is foolish because in making a console modular in the same way a computer is modular, you're ruining the simplicity of it. I mean, how angry is Mark Jr. going to be when his Xbox 2 looks like shit compared to his neighbor's because his neighbor bought a $200 GPU upgrade?
Well, then I might get jealous and have to buy a new goddamn GPU upgrade.
Nah, fuck that noise. Look, just buy a computer. What's the problem? See, back in the day, when Nintendo 64 and the Jaguar and all that was out, they're different. Those were different. Nobody saw those as computers. Now, people, even the layman, is at least more knowledgeable about how, the inner workings of a console, at least to the point of, how much RAM capacity and stuff it has. That information is much more freely available due to the internet. So if you're looking to upgrade your Xbox, which is a Microsoft product, which means almost every game for it's going to come out on PC anyway, just buy a fucking PC.
But PCs are so expensive. Well, that's a fallacy too. But
how much you going to drop on this Xbox upgrade? How much did you drop on the Xbox when it first came out? How much you going to drop on an upgrade? Bam, you're already at a decent computer.
That's true. That's true. I don't know. I see scenarios like, little Timmy's mom buys him the basic Xbox because that's what she can afford. But little Jimmy's mom buys him the $200 plus Xbox, and suddenly there will be infighting, not just between the console fanboys, but inside of their own communities over fucking, my 2X GPU is so much better than your 1X GPU. Oh yeah, well, you stupid faggot bitch, I got a 6X GPU, and that's just a terrible idea.
Yeah,
but it ruins the simplicity of it.
But then little Timmy can push little Jimmy down the fucking stairs and take his shit.
It's true. Just swap it out. Nobody will ever know. All right.
Oh, God. All right. Okay. All right. I mean, I personally don't care anything about this, and I'm a console gamer, and I got a PC sitting right here, but I still won't play it. So.
Hold on, Mark.
What's up?
Are you trying to tell me you never murdered anybody for an Xbox upgrade?
Never. Or their Pumas either. I don't need their Pumas either. So.
I don't think Puma's still a thing.
No? Well, I'm late.
Okay. I could be wrong. I
just
don't
Jordans,
think so.
I know that's a thing
yeah,
still,
those are a thing, yeah.
Bam. So, I don't care anything about the upgrade. It's just retarded. And it seems like another way for Microsoft to try to make more money.
Well, I mean, I guess they're trying to adopt the PC model because that's how PC component makers make their money, is through upgrades. Every year they come out with new GPUs, new CPUs, and, memory makers come out with smaller flash whatevers and faster memory with greater capacity, and everything is always scaling up. The whole while the consoles just stay stagnant. You buy a console, you're stuck with whatever's in it until they decide to make a new one. All the while, everything around you is going up. But that's not a bad thing. People buy consoles for their simplicity, not because in 2 years' time they intend to take it apart and pull out the GPU and put a new one in. That's the PC market. It's something else entirely. It's whatever. I think it's a whole bunch of silliness. Next up.
All right.
Let's see. IGN is reporting that Battlefield 5 may be set in World War I, according to retailer. Now, what retailer are they talking about? Hold on. Excuse me. Oh, German retailer World of Games listed EA's upcoming shooter as, quote, German words, or, quote, multiplayer tactical shooter in World War I. I don't personally believe this is feasible because the model that they've built up, this huge array of guns and skills and booster or whatever majiggers, they've basically made Battlefield nearly as complicated as Call of Duty, and I don't think the World War I environment can facilitate that level of complication in a shooter.
Well, maybe they're just trying to go backwards, Clay. Maybe they want to be able to just go back and simplify it. I mean, what's wrong with that? Who doesn't miss a good World War I or World War II shooter? I sure as hell do when I'm getting wall jumped and shot from behind. I'm just being honest.
Yeah.
So, what's wrong with just a straight up shooter anymore?
Well, think about it. I mean, the examples that come to mind. Oh shit, I had two, but Battlefront came to the market with like 12 maps and 7 weapons and 2 grenades. It went way back to simplicity, and nobody plays it anymore. It can't even keep up with Battlefield 3, and that's like I can't even remember how old that game is. So,
Clay,
yeah,
the issues with Battlefield or Battlefront are not the issues with Battlefield. It's not the simplicity of it. And you just spoke about World War I like it wasn't a complete game changer in the eyes of the world. Like there weren't so many technological advancements in World War I that completely changed the face of war.
Oh, yeah. Of course there were. Any person who knows anything about World War I knows what it did and how it alone, in a large capacity, revolutionized the world and technology. But as far as stepping from the 21st century back into the earliest parts of the 20th century, as far as gameplay is concerned and the versatility or the variation of weapons and mechanics that you have to use, they might be too limited. I don't know. I'm just trying to think on the general gamer scheme of things.
Well, see, I think going back is going to be a good thing for them. Just my opinion. We've had our sci-fi shooter run again. Didn't we already go through that in the early 2000s? So we're going through it again. So what's wrong with taking it retro again? I'm cool with that. I might actually buy it. What's up? I never bought a Battlefield in my life.
No, I'm just thinking that maybe it's not a wise move. I'm not saying I wouldn't love it because I'm going to buy it. But I'm just saying it might not be wise.
Why would it not be wise, though? I mean, think about it. You've got the invention of trench warfare, so that adds a whole new mechanic that modern shooters don't know about if you're looking to go the more, accurate World War I style. It would be much easier for them to reintroduce destroyable buildings because, that's when, all the massive explosives came into play, too.
Artillery units, yeah.
Yeah. So in place of your fancy schmancy grenades, now you've got a stick grenade. Maybe you've got a mustard gas grenade. You could still have as many options. They're just not what people are used to.
No, I mean, yeah, absolutely. And I would love to play it, and I would love to see, bunkers being huge chunks of concrete flying off of bunkers as my teammates mortar them. That would be awesome. I'm just saying maybe the general public isn't going to be so psyched about it. I don't know. I just have a feeling that it's not going to go over well, but maybe that's hardline leaving a bad taste in my mouth. Maybe.
Who gives a shit about hardline?
No one. That's
Nobody.
the deal.
There's 6 people who still play it?
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I think that you're a little too worried about change, basically, is the best way to put it, because I think that the market is ready for something different. Even if something different is going back to something we've already had, it's different than what we've had shoved down our throats recently.
That's true.
So why not? I love World War I and II era shooters, so I'm all about it.
Mm-hmm.
If that's the truth, let's fucking do it.
Mm-hmm. It'll be great. The tanks, the armor will suck ass, but because World War I tanks couldn't move as fast as a running man.
They were buses with armor on them.
Yeah.
Treads. Yeah. I mean, I'm with both of y'all on it. I think going backwards in this essence will help you a lot. But then again, look at what's it called? Just dropped, the best-selling shooter ever, Black Ops 3.
3, yeah.
And it's super futuristic and all that. So I mean,
and it's super complicated. Have you ever looked at its fucking character creation?
I never did
loadouts?
anything with it.
Oh my god, there's so many choices. I don't even bother. I just use the standard loadouts. I don't even want to get into all that. It's like it runs on a point system, and a weapon takes so many points, and a perk takes so many, but this perk only takes that many. You only have so many points to work with, and it's like you got to be pretty fluent in algebra to build a fucking loadout.
All right,
but people
sweet. Love it. Sounds
I'm
pretty
not
wild.
interested in that. Generally, I like like doing the customization of your loadouts and stuff is cool, but what the fuck? Sorry, I just had something pop up in the background there. But to have more, I don't know, to have more more like a role-playing aspect of it, doesn't really do it for me for a shooter. It's cool. Just let me pick up a gun and shoot some people.
Okay, that's over with. Before we had our little hiatus, Nintendo confirmed the NX, and many features, or rumored features, have come to light in the last 2 weeks. I know Nate's excited about this, so why don't you take this one, Nate? I swear I said words.
I mean, I'm excited for another Nintendo product, for them to get back on the stage with Xbox and PlayStation. I just got a Wii U a couple years ago, so I'm probably a little pissy they're already putting out a new system. But if it'll put them back into serious gaming contention, I'm all about it. Let's do it. Fuck yeah. America or Japan.
Yeah, Japan. But I'm with you. I'm actually going to look into the NX. If they're going to go more of a gaming thing, I may go that way. I miss Zelda and Mario and stuff like that. I don't get to play that. I haven't played a Nintendo system since the GameCube. I mean, I've played it. I just haven't, owned it. So I might actually look into it and see if it's actually worth it, as long as it's not a ridiculous price like the Xbox and the PlayStation, which I'm sure it will be.
It certainly will be.
Yeah, it'll be $500, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Something like that.
God damn. So you're not even giving me a chance. Damn.
Well, I mean, I think Nintendo, I got a couple of things on that. I think Nintendo would do well to pick and choose and give or sell the rights to some of their games on a limited basis to certain other parties, so they can make way more money. Because if they allowed Xbox to make a Zelda game, they'd make so much fucking money, it'd be ridiculous.
Yes, they would, because I would buy it instantly.
Second, and tell me if this is just me, but I think that part of Nintendo's image problem, which we discussed in the past, is based on us as gamers. A lot of gamers don't consider gaming. We only consider gaming to be serious gaming. If you're not playing a first-person shooter or an MMORPG, you're not a gamer. You're just somebody who plays games. And I think that's a problem that they've suffered from, right or wrong. I think it's dumb. I mean, if you play games on your phone and that's it, you're still a gamer. I mean, you're still supporting the video game economy.
That's an excellent point.
So I don't know. I think, especially with the all these new, mainstreaming of League of Legends tournaments and things like that, I think that has aided in Nintendo's suffering for the Wii U, because it's really a good console and it has a lot of great titles. But
that's a shame, because I miss the Zeldas, and I seriously do, and I would love to be able to play them again. Now I played what's the Twilight Princess? Did that come out on GameCube?
Because if Princess was Wii, wasn't it?
Well, then I probably played it on the Wii. So, but that's the last Zelda game I've played. Other than I ain't gonna lie, on the Game Boy, like the Wind Walker and shit like that, I did play that. So, but I really do miss the Zelda game.
No, it was GameCube. You're right. My bad.
Was it? Okay. So, but I'm just saying, I really do miss a good Zelda game to sit down and just play a good little puzzle game. It would be
platformers. Nintendo does platformers better than anybody. Well, let's talk about some of the rumored features. One that, I mean, they're speculating that any game that can run on the PlayStation 4 or the Xbox One will be easy to run on the NX with almost no modification. So obviously, it looks like they're going to source their hardware from AMD, just like PlayStation and Xbox did. And they're probably going to have all the same chipsets and all that good sort of stuff, so they can be on par with everybody else.
No, that's a bad plan.
Well, they got to catch up. And if they try to get ahead, it's going to be too expensive, and they're going to get laughed off the market.
Nope. They should catch up by getting ahead.
They'll end up hemorrhaging money. They're not that popular anymore.
I know, but a lot of people out there got to have the newest, hottest shit.
That's fair. A lot of people need the newest, hottest shit. So.
Anyway, go on.
I don't know. Anyway, one of the features, I like that idea. the fact that it's so compatible that third-party publishers can easily port their games to the NX, because Nintendo has suffered for third-party publishers for like 15 years. Anyway, they also talk about it that it'll have an HDMI dongle that allows you to wirelessly display from your NX to your television, which makes no sense to me. It sounds like wasted technology, because that bitch is going to be tethered to the power strip behind your TV anyway.
Yes, it will be.
But couldn't you? I mean, you can control the Wii U, the power to the Wii U, from the controller. So couldn't you put the dongle on a TV in another room, and then just play in the other room? Then when you're done, turn it off on your controller.
I mean, I guess so. If you
say your wife's like, dude, I want to watch Grey's Anatomy. Get the fuck off the TV. Then what are you gonna do?
I'll be like, why aren't you recording that shit? What the fuck? Why are you coming at me like that? Why don't you record it and let me play my video game?
Right. Well, maybe 2 other shows record at the same time. You can't record 3 shows because you got Verizon.
That's true. That's true. I don't know. Take your ass in the bedroom.
It's not a bad idea, but imagine the latency you create from a Wii U in one room to the display in the next room. That would kind of suck, but maybe they could make it work.
But it's better than not having that option at all.
I just think it's a wasted expense. I mean, you can get a wireless HDMI dongle on Amazon.
Simplicity, Clay. If it already comes with it, then I ain't got to do that.
Yeah, but nobody gives a shit about that feature. If it didn't have it, nobody would say a word.
You don't give a shit about that feature, but maybe they're setting the trend so that all game consoles in the future will have to have this feature. You don't know.
Yeah.
You don't know where the market's going to go.
Making it more expensive. All right. Take what's next. I got to pee.
Go to PC. Get that push.
Oh my god. If they sold Zelda on PC, if they put a Zelda on Steam, there would be so many people who bought it.
Dude, if they put a Zelda on anything other than Nintendo, they would sell 4 billion of it.
Some Metroids in this bitch.
Oh my god. Oh, I completely forgot about Metroids and shit, G. I would rock it.
Hell yeah. I mean, I own a Wii U, so there you go. All right. Our next document is an article on GamePressure.com. I don't think we've used them before. By Elisar? Sounds right. Let's do that. And they're questioning whether or not Far Cry 4's map, or Far Cry Primal just copied Far Cry 4's map. Jesus, that's a lot of Far Cry.
It is an awful lot of Far Cry.
Yeah, and the pictures they show, it's basically the same exact topography. And that's kind of fucking lazy and sad. I don't like that.
So, I mean, is it like the same engine, or is it like the same...
Well, I'm sure it's the same engine.
Right.
I didn't read any press releases about them putting a new engine in the Far Cry series, so...
Right, which they probably would have if they had.
You would get big news about it.
So... But, I mean, it seems kind of lame why you would do that.
Because they're lazy and cheap.
Seems
it's Ubisoft, man. It's fucking Ubisoft. They're so bad at life.
They are the worst, aren't they?
Fuck you, Ubisoft. You're a bunch of pricks, obviously.
Well, that's why this other thing down here says they're fighting a hostile takeover. Because you suck. Okay, Ubisoft? I like some of your games. Some of your games are awesome. But you, as a company, you blow.
Uh-huh.
Okay?
Yeah.
I don't know your CEO. Let me Google the CEO's name so I can talk to him directly.
It's bound to be a French man.
Probably.
But I don't understand.
How the fuck do you pronounce that?
Spell it for the listeners.
Yves? Yves? Is that Yves?
Ives?
Ives?
Guillemot? Guillemot? Your guy. All right, your brother's name is Michael, so I'm going to talk to your brother, Michael. And Christian and Gerard and Claude, how do they all have regular names? Or at least pronounceable names? I don't want to bang on your name. I want to bang on your goddamn business model.
Oh. Okay. Same thing.
What else are we gonna bang on? Were we gonna bang on something else?
No, not at all. I was gonna say
Okay.
company, but yeah, same thing. Go for it.
Yeah, your lazy ass fucking. I guarantee you, this probably wasn't the actual people who made the game. This was them being like, how can we save $1 million? And they're like, oh, bam, we'll just use the same fucking map.
Yeah, building a new world has got to be expensive as shit compared to, not building a new world.
Also, no offense to 55-year-old men. He was born in 1960, so he's 55-year-old. But what does a 55-year-old know about modern gaming?
Not much, probably.
Well, I mean, I doubt he's making ground level decisions unless, actually, like you said, how can I save $1 million or more on this video game? That's one of the upper echelon decisions right there. So you're right. Games as a business is one of the tragic parts of gaming in the 21st century, is the fact that it is games as a business. It's not games for the sake of gaming. It's games to make money.
Right. And that's cool. Games should make money. Awesome. Because then they can make different, better games. But that doesn't mean you can't put someone in charge who knows what the fuck they're talking about when it comes to the actual product you're selling. He should still know, and he might. Obviously, I'm going to say he doesn't, because Ubisoft doesn't know what the fuck they're doing. But I would say that you could put somebody in charge who knows what gamers want and still make sound business decisions based around that.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't
Isn't
seem
that
hard.
what money people are supposed to do? Is hire somebody to do the job you don't know how to do? Isn't that what they're made for? So that's what money people do, right?
Yeah, they make wise money decisions.
I mean, unless you're Jerry Jones, then you're just a big old retard. But that's what they should do. Obviously, Ubisoft isn't our favorite company, but Nate's right. They make some fantastic games. But at the same point in time, you deal with a whole bunch of retarded shit.
Yeah,
and laziness. What kind of laziness is that you can't even fucking put a new map in there or something? Come on, man. You're lazy.
See, some have excused this in that it's not an enumerated, sequel. It's not part of the primary sequence of games, so they can go ahead and recycle things because Far Cry 5 is going to be something entirely different. Primal is just an offshoot or whatever. And I do see the logic in that, but I don't see the defense in that.
What? How do you see the logic in that?
Well,
that's
the thing is,
the definition of a technicality.
Yeah, exactly. I see the definition of that technicality. I see the logic of excusing them through that technicality. But it's just such a cynical, fucking shady-ass thing to do. And I doubt very much that they ever thought they would get away with it. I'm pretty sure they prepared their response in advance. But I don't know. I find it kind of sad because Far Cry 3 is just about my new favorite game. I think I sunk like 70 hours into Far Cry 3 over the last 7 days.
Oh, look at that open world gameplay Clay's playing, Mark.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he told me about it. I was shocked.
Yeah.
It's all open worldy and the world is open.
Oh, yeah, and I was just exploring and crafting and scavenging all the open world things that I've always hated. It takes a special game to do it for me. But I don't think I'll get Far Cry 4. I didn't hear very good things about it, and I probably won't get Far Cry Primal because it's a lazy rehash. It does look cool, though. I gotta admit. Have you guys watched any gameplay?
Yeah, I've watched a little bit of it. It does look pretty cool.
I'm going to say that I've been modding Skyrim a lot recently to re-enhance my gameplay of it, make an entirely new game. And there's not much in Far Cry Primal that it doesn't seem you can't do with mods in Skyrim. So, I'm just saying free. You already own it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't own it, but a lot of people do. 20 million people, I think. Something like that.
I own it, but it's for Xbox 360.
You can't mod it. If you wait for a Steam sale, you can get the complete edition, or whatever the fuck it's called, Game of the Year or whatever nonsense, for like $6. Then you can mod the shit out of it and make a completely different game. I have downloaded 2 player-made DLCs that are very well made, fit with the lore, and add over 30 hours of gameplay to it.
Damn, that's
Nice.
cool. Yeah.
So,
Cool.
Far Cry Primal can suck it. Was the moral of that story?
No, it's also suffering performance issues. Like, it's a very, very demanding game.
And it's made by Ubisoft.
People think games shouldn't be that demanding. If I have the best graphics card, then I should be able to kick this game's ass. Yet when Crysis 3 came out, and it demanded better than top-tier hardware available in its time, nobody batted an eyelash. But games come out nowadays, and their 980 Ti can't take care of it. They're pissy as shit. But this one's kind of real. Far Cry Primal, as soon as you turn on SLI, and that's the technology for Mark Jr. and the listeners who don't know, that's where you run 2 graphics cards at the same time. You can do it with AMD or NVIDIA. Radeon calls their technology Crossfire, but it is indeed SLI. I don't remember what SLI stands for. Anyway, when you turn on multi-graphics card, the frame rate basically halves. Like, I got twice as much power and half the frame rate. So that shit's kind of fucked up, and nobody knows how to launch a game anymore. Moving on.
It's because they don't have to know how to launch a game.
Nope. Just put it out. People will buy that shit.
Fuck it.
What the fuck was that? Did you just dive into the world's tiniest ball pit?
No, I took a drink.
Oh.
You're using crushed ice, aren't you?
Yes.
Bam. Nailed it. Damn, I'm good at that. I don't know what skill that is, but I'm the greatest.
Crushed ice skill. Yeah.
All right, take a break, guys. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We got a special surprise for you. Not if you read the title of this thing, but we have 2 copies of Grow Home to give away. Unfortunately, they're on the Uplay platform, and as much as it seems like we love to bash on Uplay, we don't love it. We want them to do better. We just hate it when they do bad. But anyway, we have 2 copies. So leave us a comment and subscribe to the YouTube channel, and you'll be automatically qualified for the giveaway. Up next, let's see. What?
Nothing.
Awful lot of what's going around her.
I don't know. Nate seems confused tonight. Are you okay, Nate?
Very confused tonight. I didn't hear you say Uplay for the first time, or the Grow Home the first time you said it. And as I said what, it dawned on me that you did say it. So it's cool.
All right. Yeah. So if anybody wants Grow Home, leave us a comment. Subscribe to the channel. You might get it.
It'd be sweet. You can grow home.
Yeah, it's a cool game. I enjoyed it. It has a beautiful aesthetic and neat gameplay. So sticking with our bashing on Ubisoft, because that seems to be the zeitgeist anymore in the gaming world. No, that's not why we do it. It's because they need to do better.
You play what? It's a poltergeist?
Ubisoft is fighting a hostile takeover from a company called Vivendi. Now, Vivendi already owns a significant portion of a company that Ubisoft owns. What is it? Gameloft. Everybody remembers Gameloft. They made some of the most popular mobile games in the world a few years back.
I don't remember them at all.
Yeah, well, it is what it is. They also they make Facebook games and other simple browser games. So this company, Vivendi, yeah, words. They keep buying up shares because, you know, anybody can buy a share that's for sale. And Ubisoft is working hard, I guess, to create more shares to sell so that Vivendi won't have the majority. Let's see. Where am I quoting this from? Eurogamer.net, their contributor Tom Phillips. He says, quote, in February, Vivendi went ahead and nabbed 30% of Gameloft, enough to trigger a mandatory takeover bid under French law. Vivendi is still tempting shareholders to sell their stock by paying for shares at 50% above their actual value, end quote. So this company, Vivendi, is fucking serious. They want that shit. They see the masses of money that Ubisoft is making, whether through their first-party titles or secondary titles through Gameloft or like the makers of Grow Home is a subsidiary of Ubisoft. And I don't know. This might be good for Ubisoft. But then again, if some company is willing to pay 50% over market value, that's a real profiteering company. They might be worse than the people who already run Ubisoft.
Anytime, Mark.
Yeah, you're looking for me on this?
I was going to let you roll next. I rolled next on the last two.
I don't care. I mean, I see they're smart and they're doing it's publicly traded company, obviously, so they're going to eat up 1 million shares. How in the hell Vivendi is tempting shareholders to sell stock by paying for 50% above their shares? They're going pretty ruthless on Ubisoft here. But could a change in leadership actually be a good thing? Now, granted, I know you're sitting there saying they're just as bad as them, but how do we know? Maybe they'll be better about it, or maybe there'll be less ashes.
Right. I don't know. I'm going to look them up right now and see what they do.
I've played something they've made, I'm pretty sure.
I don't know dick about Vivendi. How many major French video game companies are there?
Well, apparently Vivendi has its hands in music, television, film, video games, telecommunications, ticket selling services, and video hosting services. So they are all over it.
They got their hand in everybody's cookie jar, huh?
Hold on.
They also own Universal Music Group. Whoa.
What the fuck is Universal Music Group?
You know, Universal Studios.
Oh, they make movies.
Well, apparently Vivendi bought their music business.
How the fuck is Vivendi buying Ubisoft shares? Their shares, the shares of Vivendi, let's get some stock market shit, is 7 points lower than Ubisoft's. That's a huge gap.
Well, they must have investors willing to put forth the capital and say, hey, Ubisoft is worth a shit ton of money and continues to make a shit ton of money. Give us money to buy that money.
But Ubisoft should stop being bitches about it and start buying up all of Vivendi's shares.
You would think.
If it's publicly traded, why not? And Ubisoft's probably got a hell of a lot more money than them.
That's what I'm saying. If Ubisoft goes down to this hostile takeover, which hostile takeovers are, I don't know, I guess they're not cool. At first I thought, damn, they suck. And then I was like, I don't really care. Because I thought about it, and I don't actually care. It's so far beyond me and my knowledge and my grasp of how that much money changing hands works. That I don't actually, and I particularly don't give two squirts about Ubisoft. So if they're fucked, they're fucked. That's cool by me. I should have paused in there for the comma, but whatever.
Well, according to Wikipedia, which I know isn't the best source, but we're going to roll with it, Vivendi made $22 billion in their last reported year, which was 2013.
Damn.
They are big fucking money.
Obviously.
Well, 2013. Hold on.
And their only venture into gaming is Gameloft, according to Wikipedia. So they haven't had their hand in gaming very long.
They're just trying to get in there. They want that money.
How much did Ubisoft make in 2013?
I don't know, but if they got their hand in that many cookie jars, I don't know if Ubisoft has their hands in that many cookie jars.
I don't know. Ubisoft just makes games.
Do they?
That's what I'm saying.
Do they not make anything else?
This is right here. I just looked it up. Roughly, They made 1.464 billion euro, so roughly about 2.2 billion American dollars.
Yeah, they're worth a tenth of what Vivendi is worth.
Then how come Vivendi's shares suck?
Because there's so many more of them, I guess.
I was just about to say, yeah, because it's probably so much larger of a company.
I don't know.
You know, I mean, let's listen to the things. They've got their hand in every cookie jar there is.
Yeah, as far as media and entertainment
and now
goes,
they're trying to get their hand in that damn cookie jar of the gaming world. Why not? It's $1 billion industry. Why wouldn't you want your hand in that cookie jar?
Then I'm going to stand with Ubisoft for the first time in the history of existence, because if they've got their hand in that many cookie jars, if we're going to keep using that analogy for the 90th time, fuck them and their assholes, because they won't know how to make a proper video game. At least Ubisoft puts out good games once they're fixed for the most part.
Mm-hmm.
That's fair. That's fair. They do.
Once an Ubisoft game is fixed, it's usually a great game.
Yes, very fair.
So who's on this Universal Records? Because I bet you it's a bunch of pop stars I've never fucking heard of.
Probably, and they're probably foreign as well. But, I mean, it is what it is. I think you're right, Nate. I think we, the Three Cynics, have to stand with Ubisoft and encourage them to retain their shares, buy more of their own shares. I mean, because seriously, if they've sold off so many shares that they can't keep control of their own company, they're doing it wrong.
Well, why don't they just start buying up the shares?
That's an excellent idea.
Dude, Universal Music has Eminem.
I'm sure that Vivendi has nothing to do with Eminem.
Yeah, but they own the company
that
produces his music.
Him. Kendrick Lamar, Ariana Grande. Dude, they're making Neil Diamond.
You just said Neil Diamond like Neil Diamond's bringing them in a ton of money.
Well,
Neil Diamond ain't bringing them in that much money anymore, okay?
He probably used to.
Music doesn't sell anymore.
Nick Jonas and the Jonas Brothers, what's up? That's dope right there.
Yeah.
Who fucking listens to the Jonas Brothers?
Mark Jr.?
I don't listen to the Jonas Brothers, but obviously lots. And look, The Weeknd, that's one of my favorite R&B people. What's up? I'm down.
They moved on to One Direction. They're done with the Jonas Brothers, bro.
Whatever, dude. I don't really care. But I'm looking at Universal Music Group. It's got Katy Perry and Lady Gaga, and nigga, they made billions of dollars. That's why.
I support Katy Perry.
That's why. They're ridiculous, dude. They've got so much money. Look, they represent Stevie Wonder too. What's up? What's up?
Stevie Wonder ain't done a song in fucking 20 years.
And he's still making more money than half them damn people out there.
Half? Like 87%.
No, I'm talking about in the music business.
That's awful specific.
I'm talking about in the music business.
Well,
fight it, Ubisoft.
Yep, go ahead and fight it, guys, because you're fucking shit up again. According to Polygon.com, their contributor Owen S. Goodwin, quote, his title is Ubisoft. Don't expect day one reviews of Tom Clancy's The Division.
Dude, you were bouncing around this document like a fucking pinball.
I can't. This is what I wanted to talk about next. God damn it. We're sticking with the theme.
Bang on Ubisoft. All right, sweet.
No, I'm not banging on them. Here's the thing. In recent years, every time a publisher or a game maker refuses to lift embargo before launch day, something's wrong. Something is fucked up because they don't want people to know what's wrong with the game before they get their pre-orders and day one sales. Because the first day, and extrapolated on that, the first week, maybe even month of sales is the most important. So the sooner people find out your shit's fucked up, the sooner the sales lag. So when an embargo comes the day of release, which is the last day you can set it for, because after that there can be no embargo, you've given your game to the public. It's shady, and it says bad things, and yeah.
It's not shady, it's fucking stupid. Let's keep with this cookie jar thing. A review embargo for day one, or in it at all, It's kind of like when you're a kid and you steal cookies from the cookie jar and you shove them in your mouth because you hear your mom coming. Now you got chocolate all over your fucking face. She knows what you did. Not to mention, okay, plenty of people played the open beta. You can go on YouTube, including our own channel, and find 1,000, 2,000 reviews of their beta, which isn't the complete game, but it'll give you a pretty good idea.
Mm-hmm.
So what are you really preventing by doing this? You just look like an asshat with chocolate all over his face.
Nice.
Damn.
I like it. What's your perspective on late embargoes, Mark Jr.?
I really never even paid attention to him before, but it has to be screaming, I don't want y'all to know what's going on with this game. Doesn't it? I mean, doesn't it have to be screaming that?
Well, I mean, like, how often do you, like, you see a game in the news or on a commercial or whatever, and then you go on the Google machine to find out what's up with that game?
All the time.
All the time.
All the time.
Now, do you look for a review before you buy that game?
Always. Always, always, always.
But most people don't.
Oh.
Most people see the new hotness. They see that Galaxy S7 coming up, and they don't care what's in it or what features it has. It's the new hotness. They see this new Ubisoft title. They don't care what's wrong with it. They just see new hotness.
Well,
and
I mean,
this is what.
Then that's on them, I guess. But I always look for a review. Why wouldn't you look for a review? You don't want to see what kind of game you're getting for your money?
Well, I mean, think about it. When we were young, did we ever once wait for a Call of Duty review? I don't even remember reading a Call of Duty review.
Exactly. First off, it wasn't exactly intranet to be able to go on there and just Google machine it, all right? You couldn't just Google machine it.
You could, but it was dial-up.
Well, yeah, I mean, and nobody was Googling that shit. Google probably didn't even exist yet.
I don't remember.
But, no, it's just, I just don't understand it at all. Why would you try to block everybody? Like they said, they already did the open beta. There's videos on there. They're a bunch of assholes, and it was what apparently was a super buggy game. And now, how long ago was that beta?
A week ago.
A week ago.
So you think a little bit more,
yeah, maybe a little more by the time this is released.
Okay, I'm just trying to figure out of those bugs, how many do you think they could have fixed?
0 to none.
0 to none. That's it. That's the number.
That's not a lot of time for programming.
So
fuck, I gotta pee again.
So you're getting a bunch of buggy shit. That's not going to work right.
An open beta is mostly a stress test more than anything else.
Okay. All right. I can see that.
The closed beta is what you do to find your bugs and your problems and, oh shit, I fall through the world whenever I step in front of, a Crown Vic.
Right.
That's what the closed betas are for. The open betas are more for generally stress tests because every game is multiplayer now. So you want to see, how different computers fare on your game and how much of a workload can your servers handle and things like that.
Oh. So when does the quote unquote patches start going into effect? Like, are they working on them now?
Theoretically, every game that is massively multiplayer is almost always working on a patch. Theoretically. Particularly in the MMO RPG market. Because if you don't keep coming out with new content, your game's just going to die anyway.
Okay. All right.
This is the difference between a company in good standing and a company in bad standing. I'm more willing to believe a company that I care about and that I respect has good reasons behind not letting me know about their product ahead of time. Like maybe I feel like they want to surprise me with something. And a bad company like Ubisoft that constantly puts out shit, I immediately look the other direction of, oh, great, what are they trying to hide from me that's going to fuck my gaming experience?
Yeah, their reputation precedes them. Mm-hmm.
Such a shame. But no, because that's just pitiful. I mean, I just hope they're working on them, but essentially you're telling everybody, and we've talked about this many times before, you're selling an incomplete game that you know is buggy and patchy and needs a million patches and all that, and this is what you get for it. Here's your $60. Here's a virtually unplayable game for the first month to 2 months. Good luck.
I think that this will be said by one of us in almost every podcast we will ever do. People, stop buying games on release day. Just stop it. Stop. All you're doing is supporting this fucking nonsense where they'll put out a shitty game, or maybe even a great game, but it's in a shitty condition, and you're not going to be able to even fucking play it effectively for a while. So you're just giving them money and encouraging them to continue this shitty style. Stop. Stop it. Just stop.
Yeah, you're wearing out Nate. Can't you hear how tired he is?
Can't you hear how frustrated he is? You're just pissing him off.
He doesn't understand why you keep buying these things. All right, I added a link in the bottom of the doc there, guys, a company to Street Fighter, about this next topic. I think we're running near our time. It might be our last topic.
But we don't get to play with power.
Oh,
well, we
that's
might.
True.
We might.
But I rated that very low because fuck you're playing with power like we're in fucking 1993.
Mark, you rated that a 7.
I know, but look at the rest of my numbers. It's probably the lowest number.
3 is the lowest number you put up.
Oh, that's because of... Oh, yeah.
So anyway, we got a GameSpot article.
Yeah, it's hot.
From Eddie Makich. Street Fighter V dev to hand down, quote, severe, unquote, punishments for rage quitters. Yep. Apparently, Capcom didn't think to add any sort of deterrent into Street Fighter V for people just quitting out of games they know they're going to lose, so it doesn't affect their stats because, nerd points. And, well, I mean, maybe it's something Capcom wouldn't think of or did. I mean, what do you guys think? Like, they didn't even bother to think it would be a problem, or they didn't care?
They didn't care, and they shouldn't care. Who gives a fuck? First of all, I've said that like 12 times.
Nate,
Jesus,
you are
I'm
such in a mood of nonchalance here.
Damn. But, okay, anybody who's played competitively in Street Fighter games or that genre, fighting style games at all, knows that you can come back from the brink of death and win a fight. I've done it a million times. So who gives a fuck if these people rage quit? You should. I don't know. I don't dig on nerd points anyway. So I don't know.
Well, just think about it. I mean, you're winning a match, you're handing this guy his ass, and you're about to, make the final blow. He quits. Not only do you not get a win, he doesn't get the loss.
Okay.
Well, that doesn't even make any sense. He should, if you just drop out of the game, you should get a loss for it.
No, apparently that's not the case.
That doesn't even make sense.
Who cares?
Well, I mean, I agree. Who cares? But you got to punish them from. So basically, you're telling me if I'm just getting my ass whipped, I just quit out right now. It doesn't count against me. Bam! I'll just wait to quit.
Your eldest brother did that every 6 games in Call of Duty.
He did do that every 6 games in Call of Duty. Maybe
anytime his KDR was under 5-1, he just quit.
Yeah, very true.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. Who cares about the nerd points, though? Because those people who are rage quitting, they can get all the wins they want. When they're rising to the top, they're just going to get the shit kicked out of them by the people who are actually good.
That's true. If they ever compete, rage quitting isn't going to work. Now, the accompanying article that I added moments ago in the document is from Kotaku. Evan Narcisse. Does that sound right?
Yeah, that sounds right. That looks
Narcisse?
Right.
Sure.
Narcisse.
Yeah. Apparently, Capcom, in a recent development, is encouraging people to publicly shame rage quitters because everybody's recording their gameplay nowadays. So they're encouraging everyone to put that out for everyone to see and tag it with your Twitter jiggers, Instagramicals, whatever, so that everybody can see the names and highlights of the worst rage quitters. That's pretty hot.
How about Capcom worries about finishing the fucking game before they try to tell their player base what to do?
No shit.
I'm all for publicly shaming the rage quitters. That's cool. I don't care. There's nothing you can do about it. If you get into the match with them, you're just going to go, oh, I know they're a rage quitter, but they're still going to play you. And then they might or may not rage quit if they're losing. So, I don't know. You're still, even if you publicly shame them, they still have the anonymity of the internet.
Very true.
So it's not like you're doing it in real life.
No, I just don't understand. Why can't you just, okay, you get in there, you get your ass whipped, you quit, you take a loss. That guy gets a win. That makes perfect
That's cool
sense.
too.
I mean, I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I'm cool with them implementing that system. I don't feel it necessary. I feel like that game is lacking so much more shit they could put in there first. How about we write an article entitled, fans want Capcom to complete their fucking game?
Yeah. Can we get a story mode? How about a like maybe round robin mode? I mean, there's so many modes missing that every iteration of Street Fighter has had. But I don't know. You guys look at the screen cap on this Kotaku, and Zangief is held up. He still looks mean.
That's my favorite.
I like Zangief.
Yeah,
I don't know. The stretchy guy was always my favorite, but I never played. I didn't compete. That was bad.
Hell no. Nate was the one that was the best at that shit.
I always liked Valdo, too. I don't remember what series he was a part of.
That's
Soul Calibur.
Yeah. I like the goofy guys. Valdo was fun because you could turn him around backwards and do this one over your head thing that nobody could stop you from hitting them. At least, yeah, it was fun.
Nobody you play, maybe.
Right. Nobody I play. My children, my friends, as few and far between as they are.
I mean,
well, game makers, once again, get your shit together. God. I mean, thanks. You give us material, but we'd rather be talking about how awesome all your stuff is. And, 3 cynics is kind of a misnomer. We are some cynical bastards, but we'd rather be talking about all the great shit.
It'd be sweet.
Yeah. I mean, hear how low Nate is. You guys did this. You brought him low. This is your fault.
I've said fuck like 30 times this episode. At least. I say fuck a lot, though.
Well, our time is up. We gotta go, everyone. So find us on Twitter and Facebook and every podcast app available, iTunes. Rate us if you feel we deserve it. Go ahead, give us all 5 of those stars, because that would be awesome because you love us so much. And once again, if you want to be entered into the Grow Home giveaway, we have 2 copies for the Uplay platform. Subscribe to the channel and leave us a comment in this video. We'll see you all next time.
Hold on. Also, check it out. I just learned about this thing called reposting on the SoundCloud because I'm technologically awesome.
Right.
And if you're listening to us on SoundCloud and you like us, you could repost us to your SoundCloud account, and then all of your people can see it. And then that'll help us grow too.
Social networking.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye now.
Have fun.
Oh, Nate.